All right, great to have you. Welcome. It is the Joe Pag Show. Wonderful to have you along for the ride. Lots of people want to be heard, and we'll get to you in a moment. For those who have not heard Hillary Clinton, she was being interviewed by somebody about this rape case, or when she was a public defender, and she talked about the guy that she was. I guess they ended up pleading to something of a lesser charge, but she was being interviewed by somebody. I don't know who. Roy Reid, I think. Roy Reid, and this was from the mid 1980s somewhere, and she's talking about how. This guy she was defending took a polygraph test. Listen.
All this stuff. He took a lie detector test. I had to take a polygraph, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs.
He took a lie detector test. I had him take a polygraph, she said, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs. I guess it's funny. I don't know. I guess it's funny. Her legal, and this is actually on Trump's website, because the big media is not reporting this. Clinton's legal strategy in the case was to attack the credibility of the 12-year-old accuser, calling her emotionally unstable and saying she had a, quote, this is a quote by Hillary Clinton, tendency to seek out older men and engage in fantasizing. Now, maybe I'm being the jerk here, but that's the person looking out for rape victims and those who are victims of sexual abuse, that's the person who's looking out for women? Really? I guess I'm not sure I understand what the definition of looking out for or supporting is. So, that's real, and Trump had to go there last night. I think he set it up perfectly in the first debate. I don't think he meant to do it this way. But in the first debate, he was attacked mercilessly. He's calling her Mrs. Secretary and Secretary Clinton. Last night, it was like, Hillary. You know what I mean? She was calling him Donald the whole time. He was calling her Hillary the whole time. And he really was on top of the message he had to put out there, which was, A, the tape you heard from Friday was abhorrent. I'm embarrassed by it. Wish I hadn't done it, but it's me. But those are words. Now let's talk about actions. Let's talk about the four women that I have here today. Let's talk about what this woman has done to hide all of this and to not show support for women nor the victims of sexual abuse. I think that he had to go there because she was on her heels at that point. She did not even offer a defense to what she did with the 12-year-old in that case. She did not offer a defense to her husband's extra, I would not even say extramarital, her husband's abuse of women. I'm just going to say it. She had no defense. And he had her on her heels. And when it came to the questions, let's be real. First of all, Martha Raddatz is a really smart lady. Very, very smart person. She's got some expertise in the Middle East. So she asks a question about Syria. And when Donald Trump gives the answer he wants to give, she decides she's going to interject and ask something else and press him on it. And no, that's not true. And at one point, now, Carrie, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm willing to be wrong here, did it not appear as though she was debating Donald Trump?
Yes, I thought the same thing. Like, you're supposed to be asking the questions, let him answer, and then you go on. But it did seem like at that time, that's what they were doing back and forth.
Donald Trump's smart. Again, he was coached well. He listened to it well. And he's smart to say, oh, I guess it's going to be a 1-on-3 tonight. Well, you keep on interrupting me, you're not interrupting her. Now, more than once I saw her time clock I wish they would put the timer right on the screen. That would make sense. But,
yeah, I'd like to see that.
But more than once you saw her timer expire, and they don't say anything. 10 seconds, 15, 20 seconds later, they start saying, Secretary Clinton, Secretary. Now, when Donald Trump was done, Mr. Trump, get it up, you're done. You know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, look, it's obvious to anybody and everybody who's watching that this is going to be one-sided again, and it's going to be biased again. And you got the feeling off the top they wanted to spend about 90 minutes on what Donald Trump did or didn't say 11 years earlier. He combats it exactly right. Words are words, actions are actions. Oh, by the way, there were a couple of gotcha moments. He talked about, I'd put you in jail, going to be a special prosecutor, basically going to prosecute your ass. I found that to be interesting, intriguing, and rather appropriate. He also talked about how she was the Secretary of State when President Obama wrote that red line, don't cross the line in the sand. And she said, no, I wasn't, Donald. Oh, go to Hillary Clinton whatever, and you'll see we'll fact check all of this, when in fact, she lied. She was the Secretary of State when that line was drawn in the sand. She was absolutely dead wrong last night. that was a lie, and a lie that she knew was going to be a lie, but she thought she could get away with it. I'm not sure what their spin is about that today, but she was, in fact, the Secretary of State in August of 2012 when that line was drawn. The line that really meant nothing. It just showed the weakness of our president and of our Secretary of State. It's very interesting that instead of actually defending when he was attacking, she would just say, go to my website, and not even really answer. And you have to love the one question. Please somebody make me understand how I'm supposed to believe this was an impromptu question from an undecided voter. The question was, do you think he has the leadership to be the president? I mean, what? I'm sorry. And that was from Martha Raddatz to Hillary Clinton, first of all. But the question was sort of a play on what somebody in the audience asked. And there was, I mean, honestly, the so-called moderator said, do you think he has the leadership to be the president? Was that not the softest of softballs that we saw the entire night? And then you had a guy in the audience, he stands up, hello, my question is, I'm pretty sure this is a good impersonation of him. my question is, what will you do as president to ensure the rich pay their fair share? What? I'm sorry, that's an undecided voter. What? Come on, man. Listen, we got that it was going to be one-sided. I think that Trump helped himself by calling them out. Hey, you going to interrupt her, or are you just going to interrupt me? Hey, you going to actually watch her timer? She went a minute over, and you're like on me like a hawk. Oh, really? I mean, it's going to be 1 against 3? I got you. But then the questions have to be, well, I'm a Muslim American, and then there's a Muslim question, which clearly is only in support of Hillary Clinton. And then there's a question about the rich paying their fair share. I guess I don't understand why either Trump or somebody, when they're in that position, why they don't answer the question, what are you talking about? The rich are paying far and away the most taxes in this land and supporting government through their taxation in this land, and they're employing everybody who also pays taxes, and that's because they're the ones that are in charge of these companies. They own the companies, they're CEOs, they're whatever. We all work for somebody who has more money than us, and they're all paying exponentially more money. I don't know why this fair share crap keeps coming up. It's not logical, it's not true, and it's kind of dumb. Big win for Trump last night. I'm willing to hear your thoughts, even if you think Hillary Clinton somehow won. I'm willing to hear it at 1-800-383-9624.